everybody, Edo here, and today I will be talking about Kodama Duo. This is actually the Kodama, the Tree Spirits box from Indie Boards and Cards, and they actually sent me Duo within it. I suspect it will have its own packaging, but it was a prototype. Please take a look at the Kickstarter because I'm sure it will explain this, but in many ways Kodama Duo is sort of a repackaging, not simplification, but two-player version of Kodama with a slightly different rule set, really smart different rule set, but a slight different rule set, and then it can be added to the base game to make the base game go from 5 players to 7 players, 2 to 7. And so I don't exactly know how that configuration will work and whether or not you just get everything, the scoreboard in one, or it's an alternative scoreboard, or you can get an add-on pack. I don't know. But let's just talk about the Duo experience. Kodama's great. I've been a huge fan of Kodama. I liked it from the beginning, and I never really had too much of a problem with two-player game, but Duo is an improvement on two-player in a few real notable ways that make it just a better playing experience. So in Kodama, normally you have essentially a market or a draft where tree cards are laid out. And if you're not familiar with the game, you can watch my original review, but we are taking these trees and we are going to be organically growing it out and trying to match little icons on the way back to the base for points. And there are all these little situational cards and bonuses in Kodama that you can get to get bonus points, but effectively you're growing this tree. Normally you just have a market, you're just drawing cards from on your turn, a card from on your turn because you're going to play 1 card per turn. But in the Duo, one player is going to draw 3 cards and then do a split. Put 2 on one side and 1 on the other. And the other player gets to decide, do they just want to take the 1 card or are they going to take the 2 and pick one or the other? So that's a little bit more interesting. It's like a split and choice thing, like, cutting a cake. So that's a little bit interesting. But then they've added these spirit tokens, and the way they work is if I'm the player who only got the 1, after we do the selection, I can then take the card that the other player from the 2 selection didn't use. Say they used this one, they didn't use this one. And I can pick a spirit token based on what's in there. So there's only one thing in there, but say there was like a couple. I could pick any of these 3 things from these little spirit tokens. I can then put them on my board to cover up another symbol. So it gives you this little point maximization thing. If that was it, it would be fine. But then all of the new Kodamas and spirit cards and different things that they added, not all of them, but many of them have something that say like a bonus for a spirit token or this or that. So it's just like Daniel Solis, designer, just does smart, great design work. Kodama is a great game, highly recommended. Duo is a better 2-player experience than Kodama. And so if you don't have either, I would say guess you would look at which are you more into group play or just 2-player play? But certainly, I could imagine there might be a deluxe or a bundle or something, and it's worth both. It does add something to the experience that I think is good. And if you like interesting, fun 2-player games, I can recommend Duo over just the standard Kodama. Though again, I didn't have that big of a problem with how Kodama worked before. This one's just that much more interesting, that many more decisions in a little 2-player experience. So again, check it out. I'm sure the Kickstarter will say how it's all set up. I can only speak, they sent me everything sort of together, so I don't know exactly what it's going to look like from a production and tier perspective. But again, as far as the gameplay, it is a nice level up to the already solid 2-player experience of Kodama. So check it out. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.